Hi, sorry, I just have a quick amendment to the last video I did on my back to basics diet. Um, and the reason I just figured that everyone would assume to leave out dairy, but we are leaving out dairy. And the reason I want to come back and say that is because the GAPS diet, which is found in this book, is very high in dairy. So even in stage 1 and stage 2, she is going to be adding in kefirs and yogurt. It's a very important part of the GAPS diet. And I don't think that you should do that. So I think that you should stick to just the little bits of the vegetable ferments. And go easy on the eggs, just a little bit of eggs because of the sulfur content and because of, the high percentage of people who have allergies to it. So maybe one a day, 2 maximum, I would say, a day. And I forgot to say that you could go ahead and drink teas. So any kind of herb tea is fine. That's great. Herbs are great as long as it's boiled and set, and you can go ahead and drink those at your leisure. I'm drinking a special tea right now to break up biofilms and help with retroviruses, and it's called Cistus tea, and I will go back and do a video about that later. But just go ahead and have any of your regular herb teas like peppermint or chamomile or whatever you like, okay? And you can sweeten that with a little bit of honey if you want. The other thing to note is that I did say I graduate to stews, but if you're at that point and you want to take it a little bit further, I would definitely introduce, when you're going to raw vegetables that you're going to be eating and salads, and I would definitely start with raw fruits. So introduce your raw fruits before you introduce your raw vegetables. They will be easier to digest, and of course go with this like something easiest and softest to digest first, and then up to something a little more fibrous like a raw apple, but start with something like a melon or move on to a banana, something soft, whatever. Again, this isn't a low carb diet. If you want to limit sugar, you can stay to the fruits that aren't quite so sweet, but I would say you don't really even need to be eating any of them right at the beginning, except for our cooked apples. And I would go ahead and leave the fruit out for a bit. Then I would stick with the fruit well before I started eating the raw salads again, just to give your gut a lot of chances to build up a way to break down all the fiber first. So I just wanted to add those quick little amendments to the healing diet I'm doing, but I'm just going to be sticking on the soups for pretty much up to a month, and then going into the stews and maybe a combination of both of those, and just see how it goes. And then, like I said, I'll be adding in the fruit and the vegetables, and then some of the nuts, and I'll start with the nut butters as opposed to the nuts, and start, then to add them into a few recipes, and making the pancakes with them, and making a few little treats with them, or whatever that you can eat that are still super healthy and whole foods. So I just wanted to update you on that. So hopefully you understand my kind of exact healing diet, because it is partial GAPS, partial AIP, partial low sulfur, partial, watching the oxalates. We're eliminating nightshades, we're eliminating dairy, so starchy vegetables and things like that. So it's a little bit of everything all combined into one, and we are having fruit juices, and we're definitely doing that not fruit juices, sorry, vegetable juices. We are having our juices. And of course, as that goes on, as you move into the stews and you feel like you can handle a smoothie of raw, I would keep the smoothies sort of after you've introduced a little bit of raw fruit and you can handle it, and then I would make pour some of your juice and then add a few things and blend it up, so you're having mostly juice and a little bit of bulk in it. To make your smoothie, like maybe blend up an avocado with your juice, and then you're drinking a smoothie, and sort of increase it from there until you're back to a full smoothie. So hopefully this helps you, and that was just an amendment to that video.